James, it is so great to have you back on the project. Congratulations on your greatest hits album. Why now? Why choose to do this kind of album now?
Well, I guess it must be nearly Christmas. And, well, you know what? I've been on the road for 17 years. We've been talking about our greatest hits with my record label. And then when the pandemic hit, it kind of made sense. I was reflecting on what I'd been up to for 17 years, hadn't stopped for that time, and went home and started collecting together my favorite moments. Not just the kind of the big songs of You're Beautiful and Goodbye, My Lover, but some moments in my career that were amazing. And so really, if you're the kind of person who wished that James Blunt had only ever put out one album, well, this is that album.
You're a brave man to release it at the same time as Adele.
What do you mean? I think it's the other way around. Taylor Swift, she also had the same release date, and then she obviously panicked when she saw that mine was coming out. She changed her release date, forwarded it by a week. Adele didn't get the memo. She hasn't changed it, but that's her loss, you know? I know she's sweating. There are adverts all over the place for hers as they're trying to catch up with mine.
The Stars Beneath My Feet features James on the cover in his army helmet, a throwback to his time serving in the armed forces.
Can you tell us about the time you stopped World War III?
It's a true story. In many ways, I did stop World War III, so that's another good reason to go and buy the album. But it was in 1999 when I was a soldier and I was the lead officer of 30,000 NATO troops going into Kosovo. It was the most amazing day of my life. I wasn't in charge of them. I was just leading them. I was a good map reader. So I was leading them from Macedonia into Kosovo to the capital. And we got to the airport in Pristina and 200 Russians had beaten us there. And I was given an instruction by General Wesley Clark to overrun and overpower the 200 Russians. But fortunately, a general called General Mike Jackson perked up and he said that he was not having his soldiers be responsible for starting World War III. And we pulled back, surrounded the Russians, and eventually after 3 days, they said they needed food and water. So we split the airfield with them. So really, General Mike Jackson stopped World War III, but James Blunt was there.
We'll add War Hero to our ever-growing list of surprising James Blunt facts. He also has a private nightclub in his home in Ibiza. He's hosting a reality show about beer and recently purchased his very own pub.
Whose pub's better, yours or Ed Sheeran's?
Well, look, no one can get it. That's a bit exclusive. Like, that's only he can get into that and his mates. And so, you know, I haven't been allowed in, obviously, to that one. But my one's a public house. Mine's open to all.
Cold, cold heart, I've done by you. Something's looking better, baby, just passing through.
Well, I was actually talking to him the other day and he was talking about how lockdown and having a kid and stuff's been amazing for him, for the routine of it, and musically it's been really good for him. Have you found it's been good for you or have you hated it?
I mean, at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone said, oh, we're all this together. And we're obviously not. You know, someone like him, he's had a blast. I had a particularly difficult lockdown. I had lockdown in Ibiza, but with my mother-in-law, locked in for 68 days, 11 hours and 36 minutes. So no, I don't think I necessarily had it easy.
Did she go down into your nightclub with you and party the night away, your mother-in-law?
She's gone down somewhere, yeah. We'd say 6 feet, or shallower, perhaps. No, I'm joking. It was actually a lovely experience. And genuinely, actually, what I did kind of appreciate about lockdown generally is that we have spent years putting musicians like Mr. Sheeran and myself on pedestals and calling us celebrities. And I think it was very helpful that we were sent home and by our government, we were defined as non-essential workers. and instead, they deemed really important people like doctors and nurses, teachers, supermarket workers, supermarket shelf stackers, truck drivers who bring our food. They were deemed essential workers. And maybe for a time in our life, I think that was a fine balance to know who we should really celebrate.
Another new and slightly creepy experience for James was his recent foray into ASMR. But I'm not sure this one will make it on to the next greatest hits.
You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place. And I don't know what to do.
Did you have to get taught how to sound that creepy or did it come naturally to you?
No, as you can probably imagine, I'm a pretty naturally creepy kind of guy. Please don't report me.
I won't. I feel like, though, it'd be disappointing if the rest of Australia didn't hear your ASMR. Do you think you could take us out with a bit of ASMR?
I don't know if I can. I don't want to get arrested. These are things we do privately.
All right, well, I'll encourage everyone to go have a listen tonight after they finish watching this interview. James, it's always a pleasure. You're so much fun. We love you here in Australia and we can't wait to see you down here again soon.
Can't wait to see you guys soon.
Well, James Blunt's greatest hits album, The Stars Beneath My Feet, is out now.